Man, ladies and gentlemen, it is looking pretty grim in the Sarahverse lately. Okay, the last time we spoke about Sarah Boone, she was fighting some type of disciplinary report because she was using a tablet and she wasn't supposed to have the tablet, but she took it anyway because, we all know Sarah, she's entitled as shit. But now it seems like she's being attacked on every front all at the same time. And to be honest, it's all her fault. Okay? Because now she's facing three things all at once. Obviously, the disciplinary report, she still doesn't know whether or not she's going to get moved. She's still worried about that, trying to get her associates like Peter and Julian to help her. And then on top of that, she's still unable to get all the files that she wants for her family court, so she has that as well. And now the big YouTuber, the YouTuber that's out to ruin her life, the big scary Tanika 2 Cents is on her radar once again. And ooh, Sarah can't stand it. So basically, she's getting her associates to combat the judge. She wants her associates to combat the warden. She wants her associates to also combat the YouTuber. Listen, Sarah thinks she runs a law firm with a bunch of common folk. This is outrageous, man. But anyway, we gotta get into this call. Sarah Boone is gonna be all over the place, but I hope I gave you somewhat of a roadmap of the big three things that are really bothering our Highness Sarah Boone. Let's check this out.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm all right. How are you doing?
Are you okay? You sound
Yeah.
down and out.
Yeah, just got a lot going on. How are you?
I'm right there with you.
Why
What's
does it feel like she's always interrogating him? Like what if he wasn't okay? Is he gonna get in trouble because he wasn't okay? It's like she's always on some interrogation shit. And then when he says he's busy, she's gonna try and compare herself almost immediately. You know those people in conversations where the second you say something they compare it or try to one up it immediately? That shit is exhausting.
Are you okay? You sound
Yeah.
down and out.
Yeah, just got a lot going on. How are you?
I'm right there with you.
What's going on?
Have you been getting my messages?
I've lost the last 4 days. I haven't excuse my language. I haven't been on the computer at all. I haven't been doing really much of anything. Just trying to deal with some stuff. I did see the message about. Oh no, I didn't hear from you. I heard back actually from your classifications officer, and he had written me back and said that they suspended you on canteen for 30 days, which didn't seem like it was that terrible. And then they said that they're going to be reviewing whether or not you're going to stay in the program.
Well, before I left, before the hearing concluded, both the captain and the human resources lady, or whoever she is, both said that I was not going to be.
That you're not going to be removed.
Correct. And I had them repeat it 3 times.
Oh, great.
And I had them repeat it 3 times like it's going to be some type of rule of law. So if you guys don't remember the last call we listened to, Sarah basically is a part of some program where she gets certain jobs and she gets certain she doesn't get preferential treatment, but she's a part of the inmates who are non-problematic, right? If she has a certain amount of disciplinary reports, she loses the status. So she loses access to little things like probably pen, paper, little extra things that ordinary prisoners don't get, right? Man, listen, I'll tell you one thing. If the prison decides to take that privilege away, there's not a damn thing you could do about it. The fact that she's saying, oh, I made them say it out loud 3 times. Yeah, sure. Sure, Sarah. That's gonna ensure that you stay in that program, huh? I just found it funny that she's like checkmating them when she's at the whim of the prison. But anyways, let's keep it pushing. She has a lot to say here.
Well, we'll see, because you see all the other misunderstandings that we've had up to this point, too. So you don't know who it was that wrote you back?
It was a guy. It was a classifications officer. I want to say his name was Michael. I'm having issues with my internet, but I'll look it up and email it to you.
So you've been approved as a visitor.
Cool. Okay.
So I don't know what's next, but you and Julian are officially approved. So
Awesome.
yeah, I'm just however, just you'll be my first visitor
Because you have no friends?
just a lot. So
Have you been working on the?
no. Every time that I have tried to do it, they call me down to do this. They call me out to do this. So I haven't, and I wanted to know, like, I'm mind fucked, excuse me, by all of this. And I've been talking to said that Tanika is blasting the internet about coming down to my family law case and heckling and causing trouble and, you know, all of these other things. So, contacted Isis Lee, the judicial assistant of the judge, and as far as she knew, she said that it is open to the public.
Like, no shit, it's open to the public. So she's mad. And I don't even know if this is true or not, but apparently Tanika Two Cents was saying that she was going to go to the trial and, you know, get some information, document the actual situation, maybe bring some content back to her people. Sarah's over here just completely blowing the gasket. Blowing this thing completely out of proportion. Like, oh, Tanika's going to come up. She's going to come over there and cause civil unrest. And people are going to heckle and laugh at me. Man, listen, you're not that serious, okay? Nobody else is going to follow Tanika into that courtroom if she actually did go there and join along. People have shit to do. But you know what they will do? They're going to tune into that video and they're going to laugh after a long day of work. You see, Sarah doesn't like the fact that she's just going to be humiliated and there's an actual source of her humiliation that can physically be there. So now she wants Julian and Peter and everybody to try to figure out how to keep her away. Bitch, you shouldn't have killed somebody.
But she said that if I'm concerned, I need to write a motion. And she has blown up the internet with it, trying to get everyone that hates me to come show up from around the globe, not just here in Florida, but everywhere. And it involves a minor child. Said that she can't believe that they would allow that involving a minor child. And family law case, my case is supposed to be sealed first and foremost, but it's not. And
I get notifications of thing, and look, I don't watch all of them, but I feel like I have a good sense. I haven't seen anything like that.
she just read it to me this morning.
Wow. Okay. It must be recent.
So this is very, very concerning to me, and I need to write a motion for that. I also need to write a motion to be unshackled during my trial because I can't hand anything, I can't write anything, I can't turn a page, I can't do anything. So I have to write that also, on top of my pretrial statement, on top of my parenting plan.
I would start with that. I would start with those.
You got a lot.
One really simple.
You got the horrible YouTuber on your back. You got to write a parenting plan. You have to try to write a whole bunch of motions to keep the YouTuber away, as well as be able to be unshackled so you can write. Man, you got a lot on your plate, Sarah. One would say is, just shut the fuck up and submit and let this thing just play out as everybody else would. But people like Sarah, they can't let things go. She's just a vindictive, vengeful human being. And anything that rubs her the wrong way, I feel like she'll just latch onto it and she'll just want to fight it till the very end. That's a very bad trait to have. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you need to know when to back off. But
motion that just says you're requesting to be able to be.
I have to present case law. I have to present everything that is justifiable through the eyes of the law in order for that to be happen.
All right. Well, if you kind of write it out, I'll do a little bit of research on case law and send it back to you.
Fine.
Fine.
I'm trying to do everything that I possibly can.
Fine.
I'm trying to figure out about this USB and viewing my files and everything that I had that I could have used during my criminal case. I have no way of viewing those.
You got the USB?
Yes. That was one of my messages. That's why I'm just like, what? Like, I feel like you guys have fallen off the face of the earth.
Oh, I kind of have, like the last 4 days, yeah. I have, definitely.
And what are you going to do, Sarah? What are you going to do? Fire him? He fell off the face of the earth. He said he had some personal shit to deal with. What are you going to do? You're going to fire him now? You know what? Fuck it. You run a strict program, don't you, Sarah? Fire this son of a bitch. He's clearly useless. He's getting no work done. Shit. Fire Peter. That's what I vote. But you see, she's never gonna do that. She's always gonna threaten to detach from them, or she's gonna threaten things here and there to make them feel bad. But she's never gonna get rid of them, because you know why? They're doing all this shit for free. There's not another motherfucker on this planet that's gonna do the stuff that these guys are doing for Sarah. So at a certain point, she knows she just has to suck it up.
They have, I think, 2.5 weeks to submit a pretrial statement, parenting plan, and I need to get this unshackled and closed courtroom.
I just have been standing by waiting for that pretrial thing from you. Look, just the out. You don't have to write the whole, just the outline, Sarah. Just like the main, just bullet points. Like you can save draft, even if you just do a little bit every day for like the next 3-4 days. You know, you'll not.
And mind you, Peter's been trying to get her to do this for the longest. This whole bullet points thing, this is not new. He's been trying to get her to do this. I don't know if she just doesn't know how to do it, or if she's just too lazy to do it. But she refuses. Every time he tells her, she circles back around to him doing it himself.
It out and just hit the bullet points, and it doesn't have to be articulated the exact way you want to say it. We'll get there. But if you just write down like all the main kind of thoughts of what
you're saying, okay, so if I do the bullet points, then you're saying that you'll help me build it?
Yeah, so if you just give me like I told you this, so if you just give me like, write almost like an outline, section 1.
Okay, that's fine. I can do that. Just, I'm just going to go off of the uniform pretrial conference order that she did and just go from item to item to item to item.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, but also look at Brian's as a reference point.
I have no idea how to do that, because they're telling me how to calculate. They're putting me at absolute minimum wage, which they can't predict that I'm going to have a minimum wage job. And so they're basing his off of a $60,000 a year job, and they're basing mine off of a $22,000 job a year. So with that and everything else, I have no idea how they're supposed. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that, and I don't understand how they can predict that either.
I feel like I'm having deja vu. I feel like they've discussed this exact thing before, but let's continue. Let's see if they continue to. This is a different date, so I guess they really just harp on the same thing. Yeah, 6/9/2025. We were listening to like 6/7 on the other video. So she really just harps on the same shit over and over. She's still bitching about this alimony.
They're predicting what? They're saying that you make money.
No, this is if I were to be in the real world, which I'm not, which makes no sense.
Right, exactly. So then you don't.
That's what I'm not understanding.
You don't have to do any calculations. So right there, you can just say.
I mean, it asks for that in the uniform order. That's why. You're the one who read me that thing, and it's 11 pages. So it's a lot to go through and go by with a lot of bullet points. So
you have it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I finally eventually got it. Remember, I got it 17 days later.
Right. You did.
So now I'll do my bullet points, and then you can help me build off of it. And then I don't know where you get your case law and things like that from, but like I got to do this closed courtroom, and I got to do the shackle thing. But I don't think that is as precedent as the pretrial and the parenting, because I don't have to do anything with that because it's not even until August. So if I get these done, then I can focus on those.
Right, exactly.
Right?
And in a little bit of time, I'll have a little bit more bandwidth and stuff. I'm just,
Please, I'm begging you, because you don't understand. Like this Tanika, she's not out to do it for help. It's out for hate. And she's off her rocker.
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of Tanika's content. While especially when you cover a certain topic, you start to run into a lot of creators that do the same topic. That's how YouTube works, right? So I've seen a lot of her stuff. She doesn't really get on Sarah that much. as compared to me. You know, it's pretty tame. So the fact that Sarah's out here saying, "Oh, she's spreading hatred. She's spreading just nothing but hate." You know what she's spreading? That what it really is? She's spreading the truth, and Sarah doesn't like that, so she has to characterize it as something else. Oh, she's just spreading all this hatred. No, no, no. She's spreading a bunch of truth that you don't like. That's what she's actually doing. But anyways, I love how this is always in the back of Sarah's mind, always ready to talk about Tanika. Listen, Tanika, they're going to talk about it in a minute. Tanika's making money off of this. You're not. So maybe you should focus on what's best for your interests. Let Tanika focus on what's best on her interests, and you focus on yours.
Like, she's also
Well, it's her. I mean, it's her job. I mean, she's getting paid to do this, right? If
Yes.
she wasn't getting money, she wouldn't even give a shit. I mean, there's a
Correct.
billion other people that are in there in prison for similar issues, and
Right.
she's getting paid for it.
Well, she's got said that she's running out of content. So, you know, the Lana thing is passing, so Lana is officially going to be dead. And then she's running out of the content with the messages that she's reading between me and her and me and so, like, she's running out of content. So the only thing that she's barely hanging on by is my family law case. And I want you to know from what told me, she's like, Sarah, you need to keep an eye out for this. This is very important. She goes, I wouldn't even bother telling you about it, but she said that she's got enough fuel right now where she's trying to burn this up by the time that I'm actually.
And to be honest, you know, she's not running out of content because it's like, bro, one, you're not that big of a story. And two, even if this was her only lifeline to content when there's the whole World Wide Web to our disposal, you create so much controversy and you create such a messy trail to everything you do that you're providing her content for a very, very, very long time. So you're currently talking shit about her saying like, ooh, she's running out of content. I'm her only source. Meanwhile, you're just providing her day after day after day of more content. Like, I don't get it. Sarah, you want to help yourself? Shut the fuck up and stop having these calls every 2 seconds every day. That's what I would say. But she can't help herself. Stop writing letters to the judge. Stop writing letters to every single person in the court system trying to prove your point. She can't do that. She physically cannot do that.
She's supposed to be there.
What do you mean? She's trying. What is she worried that she's going to do? I mean, she's just reporting, right?
Yes, but for the amount, I want you to know, I'm telling you this, which is one of the things I wanted to talk to you about on the phone was I've been getting extreme hate messages on my tablet where people, you know, because I don't have an opportunity to decline anybody. They just show up on my tablet. And this one lady where she idolizes Tanika. And because Tanika has been speaking so much hate against me, this woman has been speaking it against me also with death threats and calling me a murderer and just really awful, 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 awful things that she's been saying.
Oh, that's so sad. How do you even send somebody death threats when they're in prison? You know, how does a civilian send somebody death threats in prison? Sarah, stop crying. Get your panties out of a bunch. They probably said you're a terrible person, and you told Peter that was a death threat. They probably said rotten hell, and you said that was a death threat. Man, we all know how Sarah likes to over-exaggerate and lie. We've already caught her in multiple lies with Peter already.
So I'll delete her. She puts herself back on there. I'll delete her 6, 7, 8 more times, and she keeps putting herself back on there over and over and over and over and over again. And the things that she's having come out of her mouth they're just, they shouldn't be spoken. So I'm just telling you.
Look, I mean, she can't do anything to you because you are where you are.
No shit.
You, right? But
I'm not worried about that.
God. But it is still harassment.
Absolutely. Being stirred up because of her.
We'll have to look into it, but you can certainly, like this woman who delete her and she keeps showing back up. Is she showing up under different names?
Oh, no, she actually wrote me a letter under a different name, and I gave it to because it was about, and looked her up, and it's the same exact woman, just using a different name.
Oh, so after you delete, she's not sending you tablet messages. Now she's just sending you.
Oh, no, she is still. No, she's doing both.
If you
Well,
delete her, how does she
jeez.
get back on?
It just temporarily deletes her. She logs back in, puts herself back on there, and then I send her awful messages. I delete her again. It's not, I can't block her. All I can do is delete her.
You just delete the message, you mean?
No, you could delete the person,
I
but they
delete
could
the
come
message
back.
and I delete her. Puts herself back on there repeatedly. I cannot block her. Blocking her gets her off of my tablet, period. All I can do, the only option I have is delete.
Well, I'm sure there's something we can do.
There's not.
Just call the
They just tell me
warden.
to take-
You know
they
what?
just tell-
You know what? No, I know. I already know what we can do. Just call the warden. Let's let the warden fix it, right? Man, we already have the warden on speed dial. Why don't we just call the warden and fix it? Hey, there's somebody bothering me. Well, guess what? Why don't we take the tablet away from you completely? And then that way you don't even have to see the person that's bothering you. You see, big brain moves. Easy. Give us the tablet, Sarah. Shut the fuck up and give us the You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. This is not a credible complaint. Please. Cry me a river.
I'm going to take it on the chin. There's nothing they can do.
Next time she writes you, send her back a note.
I don't know what that's going to do. She takes everything and then she reports it to Tanika. That's the thing. Everything she does, she reports it to Tanika. That's what been telling me.
Yeah. So then what you do is you just write a letter back. I understand that you don't like me very much and you have your opinions on your situation, and I'm asking and I'm asking you to cease and desist. And
I've got nothing to back it up with.
well, you have all the messages, right?
I'm going to stop it right there. We're going to come back. I'm asking you to cease and desist. I, Sarah Boone, inmate 170932, am requesting you to cease and desist from hurting my feelings. Please stop it. Under the legal grounds of a fucking fart. What are we doing? What? You guys let me know what you think, man. I think she's really starting to lose her fucking mind. And I think her supporters are starting to get a little loopy too after supporting her for so long. Something's going on. Something's going on in the Booney Tooney in the Booney Tooney camp. See how that sounds like Looney Tunes, right? Because they crazy. Anyways, man, you guys lock in with me. Stay subscribed. Hit the like button. Hype the video. This is a very long call, so we will come back very soon, probably tomorrow, and we'll complete the rest of this call. But until then, guys, stay inside, stay safe. I love you guys, man. Peace.